talking NYRA Bets Travers preview, but first wanted to remind everybody about the $200 sign-up bonus. Bet 200, get 200, and use that promo code SUMMER at NYRABets.com. And once again, welcome to the NYRA Bets Travers preview. Gabby Gaudet joined by Paul Duca, and boy, what a doozy this running of the Travers will be. We've got 12 signed up to enter the gate, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, the 148th running, Gabby. It's pretty crazy to say 148th running. A lot of other sports can't say that, and you're right. It's going to, I guess, sort of uncloud with this situation, which has been a 3-year-old division that week has been confusing. You have a horse like IRAP who has beaten McCracken and Gervin. You have a horse like Tappert who threw in a clunker at Keeneland and then won the Belmont. You have West Coast because we really don't know who he's been beating. And then obviously Good Samaritan surprised everybody in the Jim Dandy. Where does everybody go? You go around the racetrack or you go anywhere in social media, everybody's got a different opinion.
You could literally make a case for pretty much every runner in this race. People are even talking about Fayak, who is 30-1 on the morning line. But we'll talk about some of the horses who figured to take money in here, and one of them being your Belmont Stakes winner, the number 4, Tappert. And I like this horse. I'm actually picking Tappert in here just because I like the plan that Todd has had with this horse from the get-go. He said after winning the Belmont, we're going to just train him into the Travers, and you kind of got to like a fresh face, right?
I think a fresh face is very good. And, you know, he's also said in an interview with you about that, hey, listen, I learned from Destin. Destin ran before the Travers, and it did not work for him. So he said, you know, Tappert, let me give him some time and go from there. Now, knowing that, he ran Always Dreaming in the Jim Dandies, and I really do prefer Tappert over Always Dreaming, even in the training in the morning. And even when we were doing the shows and listening to Todd talk about Always Dreaming going into the Jim Dandy, he was always saying, well, I'm pointing towards the Travers. But
he was tiptoeing around the
Jim
Dandy.
He really was. Was
bit.
He not, Gabby? He really
sure.
was. So to me, I think Tappert's doing better, and it looks like in the morning at least he's doing better.
And plus, you have a crop of 3-year-olds, especially going through the Triple Crown campaign, that probably eventually will wind up turning back in distance. This horse has the pedigree and the stamina to keep on keeping on, and that's what he showed exactly in the Belmont Stakes. But just to his inside, we have the 3 West Coast here for Bob Baffert. And leave Bob Baffert out at your own peril. Of course, we saw him ship in on Belmont Day and really dominated the card. West Coast, though, he definitely has a shot in here.
Well, he definitely has a shot because he does have the white-haired wizard, Bob Baffert, behind him. Difficult horse to handicap. He's going to take a ton of money, but who has he been beating in California? Now, he came out here, obviously, and won on Belmont Day, crushed that day. But who did he beat that day? So you got to look at that. Hall of Famer Mike Smith will be aboard. He's going to be a player in here. From all words we've been hearing in the morning, he's looked the best, but it's not about who looks the best. It's who's going to run the fastest. And last year, one of his horses ran the fastest.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I mean, like you said, he's a player in here, but it's going to be really tough to tell if he's a major player or not.
And he did beat Outplay in the Easy Goer. Outplay is pointed for the Pennsylvania Derby, but he did get an ideal trip in that. We'll talk about some other horses, including we've got 4 coming out of the Jim Dandy. Of course, we saw Always Dreaming, Cloud Computing, the 2 favorites in there, your Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner. They didn't show up, but Good Samaritan did. Who do you want out of the Jim Dandy?
I think you take Good Samaritan. I really think that those other horses aren't going to turn the corner. Here's a horse that you could really say is a fresh horse. By the way, the horses that have run well so far at this meet have come back to run well again, a la Elate. And I think that Good Samaritan is a horse that can do the same thing. Always Dreaming, to me, showed more fight than Cloud Computing did. And I know they're going to say I was a golden rail or whatever. I don't care. Good Samaritan went by them like they were tied to a tree. And I think that horse is the best horse out of the race.
And if you think about it, the way that the track was playing on Jim Dandy Day, it favored inside speed horses. And here comes Good Samaritan rolling about 4 or 5 wide in the final turn, ears pricked to the wire. So I agree with you. Out of that race, I'm looking for Good Samaritan. And one final race I wanted to kind of touch on too is the Haskell.
Yeah.
And Gervin, I thought, was very unfortunate to lose in the Ohio Derby because he was forced to make kind of an early move and lost to NYRA. But Gervin, he just looks like a horse that's kind of finally found himself, obviously having issues going into the Derby.
Yeah, when a horse has issues going into the Derby, it's really tough to win that race, especially in a 20-horse field. Kudos to Joe Sharp, who's done an amazing job. What a great race the Haskell was. Now, the Haskell winners and the Haskell horses have struggled because it's a quick turnaround to come here and run in the Travers. But I think both of these horses, with McCracken, who might be hit the lead too early, talking about early moves, who always runs an honest race, both those horses are players. I'm going to take a chance against them because I think it's always really hard to come from Oceanport to here and run a big race, and they both ran so giant last time.
And you've always liked IRAP. What do you do with a horse like that?
I think a horse that's moving forward with that kind of pedigree, what scares me is Doug O'Neill. He likes his horses to run a lot. And when they are good, he doesn't. He's backed off this horse, 3 works at Del Mar. Dangerous horse. I think he gets a good position on the outside, and a lot of people forget, like you said, in the Ohio Derby, he beat Gervin, and he also has beaten McCracken, so there is some quality there, but he needs that grade 1 on his resume.
All right, top 2.
Good Samaritan, and then I'm going to go IRAP. You know, West Coast, but here and there. But I really think the Belmont runner is the real deal.
All right, I'm going Taprit and Good Samaritan. So that's a look at the Grade 1 Travers. And boy, what a race it will be. Again, a reminder, we've got that 10% winner's bonus in the trifecta and the Travers Stakes. That is for mobile devices only. Check that out on your app and NYRA Bets. Also go to NYRABets.com for that 10% winner's bonus in the NYRA Bets Late Pick 5. That starts in race 9 on the card, on Saturday's card. Well, thank you for joining us here as we preview the 148th running of the Travers. Best of luck this Saturday.